What's up to all of my Libras out there? Welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. I am your astrologer, Emily, and today we are going to be taking a look at the astrology starting this upcoming new moon happening tomorrow, Wednesday, April 22nd of 2020 in Taurus. So for you guys, my Libra, this new moon in Taurus with Uranus, they're just 3 degrees away, is going to be happening in your 8th house. And this is the 8th house of transformation, of death, of rebirth, of regeneration. Also of intimacy as well. So I think for a lot of my Libras out there, this really is a start point of an entire new life. This is the regeneration, and this is the transmutation point of all of that energy that you have putting in for these past couple years to your life, and to really working to heal some of these old emotional wounds and some of these old psychological wounds, and really work on building these secure foundations for yourself. Now we are setting some intentions on where to regenerate some new form around this new level of your consciousness that you've discovered, Libra. There has been a lot of internal work, of some deep emotional work for a lot of my Libras over the past couple years. And we're at regeneration point where an entire new is coming forward. And there are major changes and major losses kind of enveloped in this process. We do have Uranus there with this new moon, and this will be in a loose square over to Saturn and Aquarius now in your 5th house. So Saturn and Aquarius in your 5th house, you're going to be feeling some blockages and some limitations and some restrictions, and you might not be feeling as connected to the love and the creativity and the pleasures and the positivities of life. But part of this new moon with Uranus there kind of disrupting all of this, it's calling all of us to be very flexible and very adaptable and be creative in the ways in which we find the positives, and be creative in the solutions that we find, and be creative in finding the silver linings, because the perspective and the emotional tone that you're taking with you through some of these losses and through some of these changes is going to dictate the tone of this next cycle coming in. So what kind of imprint do you want to put into that? Your perspective is going to be very key here. Don't ruminate on too many losses. Don't ruminate on the negatives in your head. You don't want to carry in fear or anger or resentment or worry or frustration or hate or envy or any of that. You want to carry in where you can find the positives and where you can find the creative solutions. And this might involve having to get creative about a way to make money, or get creative about a living situation, or get creative about a number of things. But we're all going to be called to be adaptable, and it's okay to reach out for support if you need it, my Libras. And especially if you're reaching out for support and still feeling disconnected and just still feeling like you don't know directions and you're lost, call your higher guides out, man. Call your higher guides into play. Ask for guidance. Ask your higher self. Ask your intuition. Tune into your gut. With all this plutonic subterfuge and subversion and manipulation, now's a really great time to be calling on some higher dimensional entities to help you out there. Watch the signs and symbols and the synchronicities start showing up in your life, and watch the directions start to unfold. They're all going to be difficult paths to walk through right now, but there is light on the other end. It's a difficult astrological year. We're coming up on going through a lot of retrogrades, and it's not going to be the easiest time to walk through. So really trying to prepare yourself with the best positive outlook that you can through all of this, and work to take the steps to build a reality that's more in alignment with who you are anyways, Libra. So let's see here. That one never lies, man. The universe is always there. So the first 2 cards we pulled are Death. Death, where is all of this new moon action and happening? In your 8th house of death and rebirth and transformation and regeneration. Death, this card is more, there's more involved in this than just the concept of transformation. This death card is the moment you decide to engage with that transformative energy. Which way you're going to choose to engage with it. You know what needs to die. You know what needs to fall. You know what changes need to be made. And you're discovering new, more intimate parts of yourself and your reality throughout this process. So make the decisions that need to be made to engage with this transformation and let go of whatever needs to be let go of. Your challenge is in the Queen of Swords. So yeah, maybe you're feeling disconnected and you're feeling lonely and you're feeling removed and you're not feeling as emotionally in touch right now. I know we're all kind of under those restrictions. The Queen of Swords, she's sitting alone. She's removed. She's known as the widow's queen. She's not as connected with the people around her. However, she has her hand up. She's still receptive, and she's receptive to the deep truths and the deep spiritual insights that she's being divinely guided to. And I think the challenge for some of my Libras out there is that you're ignoring some of these deeper truths and these deeper insights being revealed to you throughout this process. Maybe some of you aren't engaging with those because you don't want to make the decisions surrounding what's necessary during this transformation. Some things from your past might be coming up. We did pull these 6 of Cups coming up next. So we do have the little dwarf fairy coming up from the past here to the little girl. So this could be even you going back to your roots, going back to your home, getting closer to family, getting closer to maybe some people from previous parts of your life have been really coming up to the surface now, and you'll have an opportunity to engage with some of those relationships in a new way. So this could be something coming up. I know that it seems like some of my Libras are in a little bit of a victim mentality here. So just be cautious not to engage with that self-pity and not to ruminate over the losses. This is a card of loss and kind of despair and self-pity and victimization. And we're all undergoing these losses. And, you know, with this being in Taurus, it has to do with our physical things, our physical worth, our material worth, our possessions, our property, our self-worth, our self-value. So where you may be losing in some of these areas, like I said, we're going to have to get creative about finding positive solutions throughout this. But I believe for my Libras that are engaging with that creative, positive solution energy, bam, we have the 10 of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the deck, you guys. So this is pure magic. This is pure magic. This is pure manifestation. So if you're able to pull yourself out of this victimization mode and start looking at things and get creative about some solutions and finding some positivity through this process, and it might even be having to get creative, like I said, about a way to make some money through this as we're undergoing all these changes. But on the other side of this is just pure and complete abundance that is in way more alignment with who you truly are on the other side of this. And this is seeing the magic in the mundane as well. And I think for some of my Libras, a lot of this is going to involve just reconnecting with some past people in your life or some past relationships, or engaging with connections that are resurfacing, that are getting ready to add a lot of value to your life, especially with this 6 of Cups here, and Venus getting ready to go retrograde as well. Look to 8 years ago. Some of the relationships that were in your life around that time, or even look back to 2004 and look to some of the relationships that were in your life around that time, and see what people are coming up from around those time frames, because they're connected to this Venus retrograde, and there's some kind of exploration into that that can be undergone. But I think for my Libras, the main message here is that you need to make that decision to engage with this transformation. And you know, on the other side here, this 10 of Pentacles abundance is coming, as long as you don't engage with that victimization and self-pity. Find some creative ways to make it through it, you guys. I love you all, and until next week.